Ladies and gentlemen, school's been canceled today. Today our kids will be no longer being in front of the laptops. We're learning our glaciers. And this is really an amazing place to do it. Welcome to Norway!
We have always been a fan of snow, but the only problem is that we don't like to be cold. Except for Avalon, she loves it, but she's a little crazy anyway. Now that we are rolling in our home, being in snow means that we have to drive in it, really close to it, which does not make a certain someone happy. I guess you guys can all guess who that is.
It's snowing!
Today, though, we have the rare opportunity to be on the ice without having to drive anywhere close to it. Score!
Good morning from, I don't know where on earth we are in Norway. That's an official town, by the way. We are parked in front of a auto mechanic store, something like that, and there are there's repair shops, there's like repair bays. Thank you, Largo.
We need a bit of guidance from time to time.
We need a bit of coffee. That's what we really do need.
You haven't had coffee yet.
I know. So our job today is to try and get our windshield wipers, our dear and beloved windshield wipers, which aren't working. All right, here we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? I have a question.
Yeah.
I am. No! Basically here, they said they couldn't help us. They're too busy, Jess. They said that they've already gotten 3 extra cars this morning already. People beat us to the punch. What do you have to do? You have to take a number and then stay the night? So he said that there's a place just about 500 meters down the road that there is a mechanic that maybe they can help us out with. Maybe?
I'm kind of... This makes me really sad because driving without windshield wipers that don't work, like I guess it's me, my American way, I would say we're going to fit you in. We continually keep getting turned down by people. And I guess me being me, I would say, you know what, we're going to fix this for you. You're in this camping car. You can't really go anywhere. How long would it take to fix this?
He said, don't despair. There's a few more places up the road so we can go there. So let's drive like a kilometer, he said. And there's an Esso station. There's a gas station that has a mechanic.
All right.
All right. Maybe he can be that kind person that saves our life.
I hope so.
Bless you, Evelyn. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that Harry Potter shirt? It's been on you for a couple days now, huh?
We all have. Since the shower, no one's changed. Good luck, Will.
So round 2, I gotta get my leg over this table. We're not giving up just yet, people. We gotta eventually make our way back to France. Jess, can you pop the hood? I think he's gonna help us.
Okay. How do I open the hood?
Okay, the windshield wiper does not turn on anymore. It did, it was on sometimes, off sometimes, and then it just stopped.
Now it don't work nothing. Yeah?
It does not work, the windshield wipers, no.
Most probably the engine is broken.
You think so?
Most probably,
because it like a few days ago it would work sometimes and then it would stop.
Yeah.
Work sometimes.
Most probably the engine is broken.
You think so?
I think most probably, yeah.
Is there any way to check or no?
But we don't have parts and we are not like caravans.
Okay.
Center, so you need to find.
What is it?
He's saying that it's probably the engine that's busted.
Oh gosh.
Most probably.
I know. All right. Well, you know what that means. I don't know. I think at this point it's where we're going to plan C, D, E, F, and G.
We just don't drive when it's raining. We don't have a choice.
And we make an appointment with the Fiat dealership in Oslo.
In Oslo, yeah. Yep, and so we may be driving in the middle of the night because that's the only time it's not raining. Now, when we started daily vlogging, Will and I talked about, there's a lot of travel vlogs out there and they're awesome. They're awesome. However, because they're weekly or maybe twice a week, they don't always show this side of it. And frankly, I don't think anyone really wants to see this side of it because it takes the glamour away from it.
But don't click away.
But don't click away. However, this is the reality of it. Unless you are a multi-millionaire, you're gonna run into snags like this and you're gonna have to figure out how to deal with things. We don't have the money or the time to just check into the Four Seasons and leave it here for 2 weeks and then fly to our next destination. And most travelers, 99%, don't. So we're sharing this stuff because if you're planning on doing this and you're planning on WorldTowning, you need to know what you're getting into. And if something like this happens, you're going to completely fall apart. But you may fall apart the first time, and
Or
then
you
the
could
second time you get used to it, and the third time you get used to it, and you just get tougher, and you just roll with it. So I think had a lot of the things that have happened to us in the last year had happened in our first year. Our first year was pretty tough too. We might have completely fallen apart. And we think, well, like, I don't know.
I think the RV is definitely not step one of leaving your normal sedentary life.
Right?
I think moving to Costa Rica was like the best thing we could have done.
Right, it was an easy transition. And even then, it was super hard.
Right? The biggest thing I had to do was loud monkeys.
Right.
I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't. Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my
Okay, so with that being said, we
Plan B
is to get to a glacier that is called in the area called Nigardsbreen. Our job is to get back in the nature. We don't like being in like urban areas because why? Why would you want to be there?
Norway.
Why would you want to be there anyway in an RV? It's like hanging out at a Walmart parking lot. It doesn't make sense.
Let's roll, Will.
Okay.
Will could talk to you guys all day, but we got plan B.
Okay, let's go by.
right next to me tonight. No, you didn't know me. All you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways around your mind.
So we've now exited the vehicle. Now this is something that, when we said we're going to National Park, we actually were like hiding something because there was a big reveal that we were going to do today that I kind of wanted to save until the last moment. Right here behind me, there's a massive glacier, Nigardsbreen it's called, and we are in the Nigardsbreen National Park. I'm sorry, it really is hard to pronounce.
We are walking on a glacier. We woke up this morning and didn't know what the day was going to hold. We thought we were going to have work in school. Then the opportunity to walk on a glacier presented itself, and we said, hell yeah!
So much better than school.
It's glacier school. What do you think?
It's fun.
It's fun?
Going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Do you think it's going to be hard?
Yeah. There's a glacier. It can be that hard.
How about dangerous?
Yes.
Also
it will be
dangerous. It's going to be dangerous. They're giving us special shoes and a pick and a harness, so we got to hook onto something.
But we're going to be walking on all that right over there. Unbelievable.
It's fun too because we're going to take a boat across.
I could dry out in the sun for you. Follow the deep dark ocean down. For you I'd build the biggest kite and spend all of my time giggling. Daydreaming is my new.
So once you get all your gear, all this good stuff, you hop on a boat for 10 minutes and you take a boat ride across the water, and then you hike for an hour up to the glacier. By the time you get there, you're hot and you're tired and you need a snack, or maybe that's just me. We'll see what happens. It sure beats sitting in a boring office.
Give me a reason to get out of bed. I need a minute to think, or maybe two. 'Cause yesterday I lost control and said some things I felt that you should know. I need a day to clear my mind.
So the walk from where the boat drops you off to where the glacier begins, when they said it was an hour, they weren't kidding. And when they said, don't worry about bringing too many really cold clothing layers, they weren't kidding about that either.
It's no joke. I kind of wish we wouldn't have stayed up till 1 a.m. last night now.
But we're sweating underneath all this stuff. And this is, I mean, as much as you want to think you're in Norway, and it's right now like in the 40s, the degrees, I guess around about 9, 8, it doesn't feel it.
Well,
I feel like it's like 85.
I am not going to complain about the weather one bit, because I'm not going to complain I'm hot, because it could be raining. We actually found the window and the planets aligned to come up here when it wasn't raining.
I'm really
super
excited.
excited.
I know.
But it reminds me again how out of shape we are.
That's okay though.
Mackerel.
The kids are like totally outpacing us.
They're right on the guide's tail.
But to have the sun out here, yeah, no complaints whatsoever.
Uh-oh, my hips are too big for it.
Uh-oh. You have to loosen it, Mom.
I know. I guess a smaller person had this before me.
Yep. So then just put on the rock like a nice rock. So then you can just put on. So yeah, you can. Then should be this also, the turn should be gap. Okay. So all the way like this. Yep.
So Jessica's putting on her first crampon ever in her life.
And all I can think of when he says that is I'll never forget the name. It's like
don't
tampon,
push it, okay?
only
Should be
crampon.
like a clean.
Should they rename tampons crampons?
Funny.
So then,
Oh, I gotta follow the directions. Hold
angle
on.
side, like angle. So inside the angle.
Logan, do you mind? Do you mind?
Yes, family together. Anyway.
This isn't your first day, is it?
Here?
Yeah.
No. It's,
Someone's gotta get the new guy, right?
more than 1,000 times.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Avalon and Largo, you guys have been craving snow for like the longest time.
This is dirty snow. You don't eat this stuff.
Yesterday was like a little bit of snow,
We're
but look
snow
at this.
connoisseurs, Dad. We don't touch the not pure white stuff.
So now you're getting picky, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Getting out on the glacier was surprisingly a challenge. This was our first time wearing crampons, and they definitely took some getting used to. But the first thing that came to mind was, this is completely mind-blowing. We are walking on really old ice.
So this glacier, Nigardsbreen, has been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And in fact, it's sort of gone through iterations of like ice and sort of melting. About 7,000 years ago, after the big thaw, after the ice age, this place was just barren. There was no ice here, and then eventually it became cold again and it started growing again. It wasn't until like 1700s, like 1750, where this place became at its peak, and it was all the way down to the lake. And then slowly and surely, sort of as the climates have been changing, it's been losing some part of its growth. It loses about a meter or two every year, maybe a little bit more from what I've been told. But what we still have here is so incredibly gorgeous.
How do you know this is solid enough that you can walk on it?
Here?
Yeah. Do you have to test it, or do you just know?
Yeah, we have to know. So then, I mean, this is quite easy to walk. You know, sometimes it's too hard to walk. So, you know,
How do you know?
ice is quite hard. So you know.
So, oh wow. Okay, so it's pretty
Now
thick.
it's enough. So enough thick, and
Okay.
so you can.
As we trekked along with 13 of our newest, and as demonstrated by the rope, closest friends, we had to work together as a team. If one slowed down, we all slowed down. There was no way around it.
Azalago, what do you think about this for gym and science class?
Amazing! Awesome. Amazing! Echo!
Will, do you think this is harder than you thought it was going to be?
I think the hardest part's actually being tethered to like 15 other people. That for me is the hardest part of this thing.
Because you're like the person in front of you is pulling you, the person behind you is pulling you. You're like,
It's like around one massive like dog leash, and if one dog goes slower than the other, they all sort of get like choked to death.
I actually am finding it a lot harder to kind of walk up and stick my axe in and my feet in, and then just kind of, like Will said, be with the group too. It's a lot harder than it looks, for sure.
Oh, can we go now? Can we move?
Can you drink this water here? No? The question becomes, if one person falls down in that hole, are we all going?
We all have the crampons on, so someone's gonna have the sense of mind to
Cramp in.
cramp in.
Or going down in there now. I was just kidding. Okay, you gotta use this part of your pick, Will. This part. So you hook it on like this on the handle and use this to kind of hack up, and then this end to pick in as you're going down. So I'll demonstrate. And then you really gotta hit your crampons down in too. Don't go sideways, you're going overboard.
Oh my god!
The Nigardsbreen Glacier is a component of the Jostedal Glacier system, which is the largest glacier in continental Europe. It has a total area of 487 square kilometers. The Jostedalsbreen has around 50 glacier arms like this one we are on today.
How you doing, babes?
Never thought I'd ever be on a glacier with my kids. If I thought we'd do it, to be truthful, I thought that we'd be doing it on our own, going underneath the ropes and trying to do it sort of because we just got in place at the last second. I don't think we could have done this on our own, for sure.
Oh, there's no trails, there's no path.
And plus, you would have gotten your Uggs, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, no way.
Whoa,
You guys gonna play tic-tac-toe in the snow?
I got slush. We're trying to get to China
Really? Through the glacier?
through the glacier.
Holy mackerel. Hold on, Margo, don't pull me. Oh, well, it's up. Okay. So my streaming thoughts here as I walk on a glacier. Pay attention so I don't fall off and tape at the same time. I always wanted to walk on a glacier, but I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea it would be this cool. This was the best money we have spent in a very long time. We've learned a lot, we've exercised, we've had a couple hairy moments, and we are enjoying ourselves. The kids particularly love this. They said that this was their favorite part of Norway so far.
Cold up here. Yeah, it is. Can't wait till we're done.
Don't you wish there was hot cocoa up here?
Yes. Not water because it's hot.
Hot cocoa, right? Might be a good business idea.
Time will ease your mind, working out the ways that you'll always be right.
So I'm coming down the steps, but see everyone behind me coming down? Crazy, right? Oh my gosh, this is really hard. Don't worry, I'm not on the edge of something. I'm not gonna fall over. If anything, I'm just gonna fall into some ice and maybe scrape up my butt or cut it. He said the ice is pretty sharp. So now I know some of you are gonna ask us, is it scary? No, not at all. Are you scared? Will?
Not with our guide.
No, we have a great guide, so I don't find it scary at all.
Except you just slipped right there.
I did just slip. We would not attempt to come out here with crayons on our own and just hike out on a glacier. We would not know what we were doing or where we were going. So I'm not scared. Avalon and Largo, have you found it scary?
A little.
Largo says a little scary. Avalon? What'd you say, Avalon? Avalon's not scared at all. And apparently it's lovely when you come in July, you could be in a t-shirt out here. But if you come now, towards the end of the closing season, it's pretty darn cold.
As we had our final steps on the glacier, we further learned that the entire glacier is retreating at shocking rates. Although this arm that we were on was only losing a few meters a year, there are others that lose in excess of 50 meters. Global warming is not a myth, and what we were walking on is living proof. We would be remiss not to highlight this and implore everyone to do their part to reduce carbon-based emissions.
Thank you for informing us.
Woo!
We made it!
Now you're free.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so,
it's so weird to be tethered.
over the rock, so.
It's funny, once you're tethered to a bunch of people for that long, I noticed once I became untethered, I came over here and I walked as far as I could away from people to take these things off. I was like, I just need some space. Safety, I know it's for safety, but boy. There's Avalon's hot cocoa.
Okay, Avalon, job well done. Do you realize that this morning started with a bum mechanic visit?
And then I was super stressed out. Well, remember, because I was like, I have at least a 12 to 15 hour workday today. And now I'm a little stressed out because instead of working, we decided to go hike this glacier because it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And now I'm starting my workday at 5. So 12 to 15 hours, that's a long night. But we'll make it work. I mean, look at this life. You can't pass up a glacier hike.
No, and we got to end this vlog right now.
Yes,
so
bye.
We got to listen to Largo.
Largo's in class.
That's his French class. All right, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we're gonna get rolling because it's sunny, so we're gonna roll, and we're just gonna have to go with it. So, if anyone knows anyone who's a mechanic who happens to have a motor for a Fiat, what year is this?
Ducato 2008.
Send us a message, and if you can deliver and the part's there, we are gonna take you out to a nice dinner at McDonald's.